At exactly 2:32 a.m., a man walked into a police station in downtown Ohio. He looked calm on the outside, but his hands were shaking uncontrollably. He stood before the front desk and quietly said, "I killed her." The officer on duty froze, because murder confessions almost never happen this clean, especially without any evidence yet discovered. Over the next few hours, this single sentence would create one of the most disturbing wrongful confession cases in modern criminal history. The victim was Emily Carter, 21 years old, a college student studying psychology, with dreams of opening a therapy clinic someday. Emily was reported missing by her roommate after she didn't return home from class. 2 days later, her body was found inside her locked apartment bedroom. There was no sign of forced entry, no signs of a struggle, and only one fatal wound to the chest. Police searched for fingerprints. None matched any suspects. The murder weapon was never recovered. Detectives canvassed over 100 residents. They pulled nearby surveillance cameras. None produced helpful footage. Emily's phone records only showed late-night calls from one person, her ex-boyfriend. But the calls didn't match the time of death precisely enough to charge him. For 3 days, the investigation went completely cold. On the 4th day, something shocking happened. A 27-year-old delivery driver named Mark Turner walked into the police station voluntarily. He appeared exhausted. He claimed the guilt had been eating him alive. Mark told detectives he met Emily at a bar earlier that night. He said they began arguing over personal issues. According to his statement, Emily stormed back to her apartment. Mark followed. Inside, the argument escalated. Mark said he lost control. He claimed he saw a lamp nearby, picked it up, and struck Emily in the chest, killing her instantly. Mark ended his confession in tears. "I never meant to hurt her." To detectives, this declaration sounded real. The emotional breakdown, the details, everything appeared convincing. Local news broke the story. Murder solved, suspect confesses. But something didn't sit right with Detective Sarah Mitchell, who reviewed the case file. She couldn't understand why Emily would willingly allow someone inside without defensive marks. And Mark had no injuries, no scratches, no bruises. More importantly, first responders photographed the lamp on the table. It was completely clean. No blood, no fingerprints, no displacement dust. The medical examiner report would soon shatter the confession completely. Emily did not die from blunt force trauma. She was stabbed with a sharp object, deep wound directly to the heart. Mark's story physically could not be true, yet he was already charged before the autopsy report arrived. Detectives pulled all security footage again. Mark never entered Emily's building that night. Phone GPS data made it worse. At the exact time of murder, Mark was ordering food across town. The confession timeline collapsed instantly. Video recordings revealed the truth. Mark had been interrogated for 14 straight hours. He was hungry, sleep-deprived, confused. Detectives lied repeatedly. "Your DNA was found." False. "Someone saw you there." False. "Confess and you can go home." False promise. Finally, Mark stopped fighting. The words coming out of his mouth were no longer his. They were the police's words. Emily's ex-boyfriend, Daniel Price, was re-examined. Daniel was controlling, jealous, had a restraining order against him. Phone logs showed he called Emily 17 times that night. Security footage placed his car near her building. DNA under Emily's fingernails matched him. Daniel eventually confessed. He couldn't stand being confronted with DNA evidence. He was sentenced to life behind bars. The real murderer was finally punished. Daniel eventually confessed. He couldn't stand being confronted with DNA evidence. He was sentenced to life behind bars. The real murderer was finally punished. Mark Turner spent 9 months in jail for a crime he never committed. His job was gone, his relationships destroyed. Although he was legally cleared, the damage was permanent. One detective later said, "A confession alone is not truth. A confession is just noise. Evidence is truth." So next time you hear that someone confessed to murder, ask yourself, is that truly proof of guilt?